Hello everyone, RetroTech Ralph here. Now, I'm going to give you an update on my Amiga. Right, or we'll just do a full-length plod-along video like I did with the ST. Right, sorry, in advance. I've had a package delivered. It's the cap kit from RetroBench. It's the full capacitor kit for the Amiga. Everything in here for every revision of the 500 series. So, yeah, lovely. Thank you very much, RetroBench. They even give you a full diagram of exactly where you should put what and where the negatives are on the board. That's my board. Oh, it even tells you there. Make sure you take the battery off. It's going to kill it. I think if you've got one of these by now, you'd know exactly what the problems are with these boards. Not really much from revision 3, revision 5, but mine is a revision 6A. So that will be going in pretty sharpish. I'm going to try, I'm not going to try retrobrighting the case, but I'm going to make sure it's brighter. So I'm going to put these in bags. I've already had a day of doing this anyway. It's Chris's method of getting stuff outside and leaving it and letting the sun do what it needs to do, which is fine. It's just the British weather. If I go to work, leave the full computer outside, I'm asking for trouble. So top and bottom will be in bags so they can keep the heat in and the sun can do what it wants to while I'm at work. And when the rain comes out, that can do what it wants to either. So they're going to be ongoing as we speak. Today it's raining. Yesterday was lovely, but who knows what tomorrow, next week, week after is going to be. The ST video took me, I think, 2 months to fully finish, from original start stripped down to the ST that you saw. So it's an ongoing process. The board's behind me, looking fine, but what I have here, I have done already. Fully retrobrighting with the peroxide. So what I do, I'm going to reassemble the keyboard back together now for you. I need the bars for these. There's a hair on there. But these have gone through a full day's worth of peroxide and these look absolutely brilliant. There's nothing, there's no yellowing at all. These are absolutely stunning. Bottom back to new. I mean, I know the full secret to these is just take your time. If it's not enough, try again. But these are absolutely brilliant. They're all spot on. Give them a good clean last night, put them on a towel, clean them off this morning. They're all just, there's not a single bit of yellowing anywhere on any of them. So I'm really happy with them. So I'm going to reassemble that for the first part of the reassembly on the Amiga. I'm not taking that any further than that. When I've done the ST and you take all these screws out, it's an absolute nightmare. I'm not doing that again. I don't feel like doing it, I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to. So let's reassemble the keyboard. Then later on we'll be doing the recapping on the board and then probably see if she works, and then hopefully have a few days of decent weather and get the case back in and retrobrighted, well, sun-brighted, non-chemical retrobrighting, I think they call it. And then, yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So let me get this put back together and see what we go from there. finally. That took a while to do. Right, I'm really happy with this. I've got a little bit of hair on here as well, because I've just cut my hair as well. Before I started doing this, little bits of hair everywhere. But I'm really, really happy with that. That's absolutely amazing. They're spot on. I think they're spot on. Obviously there's the brown, grey sort of colour ones, the beige ones, but it looks like new. See, there's a piece of hair there. Off you go. But seeing this retro brighting stuff, it surprises me that it comes back to new so easily. So yeah, keyboard done. Now, the other part that was needed doing is the mouse. Did the same again. Prop side around the outside on this. But it's very similar to the ST mouse. It's got a couple of screws holding it onto the base, and the base holds on top. So there's more similarities between the ST and the Amiga than what people would have liked you, would like you to believe. So the dart screws go in there. A little bit tight, nothing too much. I'm not trying to kill it. Done. That connector's in there, that cable's over there. Both the buttons seem okay. If I ever want to replace them, I've got plenty of them anyway. And that goes bottom on the lips on there. Push it onto there. So the thing that I'm figuring out with Commodore stuff is there's the tabs at the bottom. Tabs on one side and screw on the other. That's how they like to put things together. Which is fine, it's up to them. Screwdriver. Clean the ball. Clean the bottom. Onto open, onto close, and there you go. Another pot of pieces emptied. So that's a successful retro brighting for the keyboard and the mouse. Now, let's see where we can go next with this, shall we? Right then, another day, another play around with the Amiga. Right, this time we're going to recap. What's good about these from Retro Bench is it's a full kit for all the 500s and the Plus range. Every one of them is covered with. You've got too many caps in here anyway, which is fine because it covers the whole range. And that's the one I'm going to be using because mine's a 6A revision. But he's put, this is colour coded to each one of the. This is a dummy's guide, to be honest. It's absolutely brilliant. There's 4 yellow ones there, or well, orange ones, red ones, pink, white, blue. He's marked these up the same, cyan. There's 2 of these, which are these 2 in the top corner here. Orange ones are there, which is these 4 on here. It's just, it's idiot proof. So let's test that, shall we? Because I'm the idiot. So I've got a pen to mark off everything when I've done them. I'm going to try and use a solder sucker, try and get the solder off, instead of just getting at this motherboard like a, like a Ralph. So, because I really do like this motherboard, it's very much pristine. So it's I don't really want to damage it. So let's try not to, shall we? So I'm going to decap and get back to you once I've finished decapping. I have some real problems here. Right, I took the first capacitor out, which was there, which was a little bit awkward. Trying it with the solder sucker doesn't want to do much. There's not much solder on any of these contacts. So whether or not it's just enough or if it's under and there'll be problems in the future, I don't know. Doubt it, but this one here I'm having a right problem trying to get the legs off. I might have to snip the legs and try and pull them out afterwards. But if they're all going to be like this, then this is going to take an age. So I'll not record this. You know what recapping means, it's boring and whatever else, so I'll get on with this and I'll get back to you, hopefully, in a few minutes, if not, when I finish this and got it done. Right, the keen amongst you might have noticed I've jumped forward quite a bit. The capping is done. I thought I got a problem actually, because I think these main two over here, I had major problems taking them out, and I think I actually burnt a trace on there, but it wouldn't actually solder to it, and I was worrying that that would be a problem. But got it plugged in, the modulator's on, the drive's in, keyboard's on, mouse also here. I've got it switched on, and you understand that this is my first time using an Amiga from an Atari ST standpoint. Is the ST boots up and you've got your these call, obviously I'm learning all the time, the workbench, and I never realised that it actually needs the disk in for the workbench to work. There's obviously a ROM chip, the TOS chip I think it is on the Atari ST, but this must be missing then, or it's just a different system the way the Americans originally made these to be. So you need the disk in to boot up anything in particular, so which is a bit different I suppose, but there's a lot of things on here which you can compare to Atari ST and a lot you can completely dismiss, like the RF modulator is not built in, but also you can use it as a composite mod straight out from that, and you can't use this as a composite mod, but it sort of comes out black and white, which is a shame, but there are ways around that, I'm sure. I'm going to get myself a SCART lead for this anyway. So got this in, I've tested the keyboard already, that works absolutely perfect, every single button on here works, including the control and Amiga buttons for resetting. The memory also works with the battery back on, and see it comes off, it's just sat in there just for testing purposes at the moment. Drives on, everything's not touching, all the caps work, everything works perfectly, which I'm surprised with. I mean, I actually thought we had problems because these two big caps which replace these two here have got this crap on the bottom of them, and I thought straight away they're already started to go, but it's glue. So their idea with the bigger one must be put them in, glue them in place, and then flip the board over. So, but there was nothing wrong with any of the caps, I don't think. I've gone through a lot of desolder braid. There was one cap in particular, I think, might have been that now, was the first one. One of them looked like it was starting to balloon at the bottom, so it might have been on its way out. So we've either caught it spot on time or not. Also, big thank again to Retro Bench for the cap kit. It's too easy. I know I could have got a few capacitors, 10 farads, 100 farad, whatever. Easily got a load of these, but it was all in the bag. Too easy not to mistake. So, but all the division 3, 5, 6, 6A, 7, 8. Well, hang on, yeah, because they're all the same place, and then the 8A and B. Yeah, 8A1. I don't know, but I have that one anyway. So it was very, very easy to follow. Different colours, different ones. Too easy. Brilliant Retro Bench. I'll be looking at you guys later for some more stuff. So, plan so far is this works. I'll prove it. There you go. I've got a green light on there. I don't want you think I'm a liar. Disc is in. So the plan so far is going to be, I've got the case outside. Wow, that's zoomed in. I have to press the zoom button. Zoom out, there you go. There you go. Right. So your workbench is loading. 1.3. So I've got a 1.3, yeah, in here. Still learning. But plans are, I'm going to upgrade the memory. There's a memory upgrade out there for £20, which I can do as an expansion slot. Or is it? Yeah, it is. It's an expansion slot one, which I need to cut a couple of jumpers on the board to do, and that should be fine. There's also a modification I want to do, because I don't want to lose the floppy drive. But there's a chip you get and a switch, which you take this chip out, the even CIA chip, that comes out, and you eventually get two. Oh, I'm going to think about it. Yeah, you swap between drives, between the floppy drive, which is probably that one, and that one. So that's like drive A, that's drive B. It will swap around, so drive B, drive A. But I don't want to lose the integrity of the Amiga, as it looking exactly like it should do. So I'm going to keep that outside. I want to get an external drive and fit a Gore-Tex in it, or if there's other options, I'll be looking into that. Shame I can't put more than 2 floppy drives on that. Right, so it's booted up. I'm in Workbench. The font's a bit small. I think I've changed that wrong. But I'm getting used to this. Prefs, that's really flickering for my eyes. Pointer preferences. So using the, I think they call it a tank mouse. It's okay, it's fine. It's actually showing as well on the top there. That it was okay. Oh, what are we going to change now? Workbench interlace, I think that might have been it. Oh, that's a shocking resolution, that, isn't it? Well, that's it, I'm learning all the time. So, next job is, let me think. Capping kit done, obviously, it's fine. Need to order some stuff, so this is still an ongoing project. So we'll get on with this, because the sun's out. Like I said, the case is outside sunbathing, and everything's looking really good. So yeah, stick around. When we get some memory in it, and get that switcher for the CIA chip. Yeah, and everything's looking really good so far. Brilliant. Right, just before I put this lot away and order some parts for the memory and whatever, I had the idea with the memory, seeing as there's 4 empty slots on the board, that with this specific one, I could probably take these 4 off. But I don't think I can. They're all exactly the same, but I daren't do it. I mean, the different capacitors on the end, I know I could probably find something from somewhere. It looks like this board would easily take it without any problems. But, I don't know. If it wasn't for finding the kit that I'm going to buy, which is a 2 meg upgrade, which will give me either 2 meg or 2.5 meg potentially, then I don't know. Probably I'll end up selling this one anyway, because I probably won't need it. But the battery is still perfect, so but I'll keep it off, just in case. For any of you out there screaming at me, make sure you take it off. Don't worry, I'm listening. Now, a week's passed. I've ordered some stuff, and let's carry on with the Amiga. Now, I've ordered a cable, SCART cable. I don't like using SCART cables. I'd rather use composite, but I have no choice. So I've gone and bought myself. Oh, I just noticed something. I think, is that meant to be that way? Okay. I was gonna I was gonna be quite happy then over the cable. I think it's from Cool Novelties, but that's, yeah. Obviously getting one of those cables is a pain in the arse. So what he's done is he's cut off those sides for the video. That's a bit weird. Very weird. I'm not entirely happy with that. And that cable's got no strain relief on it whatsoever. Cool Novelties usually are pretty good for me, to be honest, but not this time. But we'll hold off for a bit anyway, because we'll be testing that when this thing's actually got fully stuck back together again. If not, I'll just have to use the Yeah, some other way. That's fine. So, as you see the board's done there, I have got in here a switcher kit, which I need to fit. That will switch between the main floppy drive, which I want to keep on here. I don't want it to be too... Well, I like doing things that I can do easily backwards compatible, just to get them back to as they originally were. So the drive wants to be there. The ST, yeah, I got the side-mounted joystick ports, which I don't need because this has already got some on. But I took the drive out and put the Gotek in, but I've got an external drive for the Atari ST. So I'm happy with that being that way. But I would like the Gotek inside an external drive, which will sit on top of this. But I want the original drive to be there. So that switches in, I think it goes onto the even CIA. Switch goes at the back somewhere. And then you can switch between, this will go towards that cable for the internal floppy, or you switch it the way and this will be turned off, and that will be your master, which is your external floppy. So that'll make you think that the external floppy is your master drive, so I can boot directly from the Gotek on an external, yeah, on an external drive. So that needs fitting. We've also got some memory as well. So I went out and bought some memory. It all fits in. Needs to be. There's no soldering whatsoever. I think this with the memory on here. It's a 2 meg upgrade kit. Hopefully it'll have 2 meg and the 1 meg on board as well. Anyway, so that will go. I think possibly one of these 2 chips, one of these 3 chips. It's either your Polar or your ROM. I think it's your ROM. I'm sure it's your ROM chip that comes out. But this part slides into the side here and wires in. So it's very easy to do, but it'll be a 2.5 meg Amiga 500. I wanted to put in there because it does show it's compatible easily. It looks like to me easily put 4 more chips in, 4 capacitors, and we're done. There's a couple of jumpers you need to do, I think one there, one there, but there's no need because I'll have 2 meg, at least 2 meg. Either it will completely shut that off and I'll have a 2 meg Amiga, or I'll have a 2.5 meg Amiga. It all depends on jumper settings or whatever else stuff I do. Full instructions have been provided, so that's fine. But it also, with this board here, let's get that off, get it open. There's also, because if you remember the original memory, which is here, slots in, no problem, but also has the battery backup as well, which this still isn't leaking. I've had this for a while now, it still isn't leaking. So it's not one of the ones that went there on the Plus or 600, no, yeah, it's the Plus version, isn't it? See, still learning about Amigas, but that's still not leaking at all. So I'm thinking that's not bad. I might actually sell this on eBay. I don't need this anymore. This won't be able to be fitted once that's been installed. So you also have a slot on here for a battery backup. So that puts that back into a usable sort of thing. Now, why is there... I'll assume there's a chip on there, or a chip in here, or something. Or why there's an extra part there. Bopbip.com. So it gets back to the needing a memory backup, saves changing the clock, but also gives me some extra memory. I'm sure that isn't a 2 meg. Oh, Gary adapter. Option. Don't have a Gary adapter. Where's Gary? There's Gary. Unless it is the Gary chip we take out. I don't know. Don't think we need to see that one because that's got my address on it. So that. So it should be really easy to do. And full instructions are included. Gary adapter. Okay, I've got the Gary adapter with it, so it will rig up to there. Maybe a cable going across onto here. I don't know. Oh, we're going to have a bit of fun fitting this. I've got 2 upgrades to do on here then. Memory and switcher from AmigaKit.com. And this was from eBay. I think it was BitBop, not Bop Bip, from their eBay account. So big thanks to them. It's nice to bring the instructions. This one doesn't have any instructions with it. However, I don't see there being much of a problem. It will fit there, and it will fit somewhere. I'll put the switch somewhere. Hopefully it won't be too bad or in the way or anything. So let's get on with fixing all this lot in. Right, this is an advert for buying a chip puller. I have bent... thought I just broke some of my legs off. I have bent chips on there and bent legs on there. So I need to carefully put them back in. So in the meantime, let's try and fit that in. It's a bit stupid. I really should have bought a chip puller ages ago. I knew I should have. That's in. On place. The absolute worst, I'm going to have to get a new chip for it, but hopefully with this being unused, it might be okay. Right, a little bit of force, just try and get it all lined up. It's gone in a bit as well, hasn't it? Damn it. Always use the right tool, the right job. And do I use a pair of pliers? Yes. Like a bloody idiot doing that, you know. It's a case of taking your time with it, and I didn't. Okay, so this should hopefully be okay now. Bloody fool. Right, I know the ones on one part aren't straight. Going in, I just need to make sure they're all in before I force this thing home, and they're all going in nicely. Right, better. That could have been disastrous, but I think I've got away with it. I really think I've got away with that. So connector goes there. I can't actually test this yet because I don't have an external drive. So we'll get round to that when we get round to it. Oh, bloody idiot. Bloody idiot. Right, let's try not to mess up the memory. Right then, let us begin. Now, I'm not showing you how I took the Gary chip out, but all the pins are fine. It come out okay. So, we insert the Gary adapter in, making sure it's all lined up, and that the pins are all going in. The jumper cable facing forward. Till all that in the right place. Look good. That looks good. Okay, so I can reinsert the Gary chip. Notches there, notches there. Need to be careful. Those aren't going to go in there well. I may have bent all the side of the legs out.
When I did that, when I took it out, bend them in a little bit. Again, don't recommend this, I'm just trying to do what I can do that better. They're all fully fitted in now. Yeah, it's a lot better. Just make sure you're static free, make sure all your pins are on the way in before fully shoving Gary in. And there we go. Good, I'm happy with that. So, looks like it's as simple as plug in, jumper cables. I don't know why there's 2 extras. I'll find out in a bit when I go through the proper instructions. A minute, I'm not entirely certain. I'm not even sure whether or not you could put a battery in there for the clock, or whether or not you'd need the RTC there. I've changed the jumper on this as well, from down here to over here. Mine's only 500, not 500 plus. So, cable. Test that once I've done. Gary mod. You only need the Gary adapter on a 500 plus if you intend to do the chip RAM mod. Not recommended for beginners. Well, yeah, agree with that. Right, so, yeah, corrosion, because the plus had a battery around about here, which is in the memory upgrade, which I've already mentioned. Connect the 8-pin cable to the Gary. Pin 1 is the brown one. So that way, or is it that way? If I plug it in there, then it's going to be over there. It's a twist around, let's do there. I may have to take out, oh, that's tight. Oh, that's quite awkward. Pin 1 is there. I may have to take that out of the memory when I actually fit it back into the case. For the time being, okay, Gary, most free pin, yep. Pin 1 is marked both on PCB and the circuit board. Yes, test machine before attempting the chip RAM mod. Yeah, it does work. Optional chip RAM mod. See separate sheets. See, still, there's a picture on here which shows it goes to jumper 2, and I don't know why or what. The picture on here is a bit, I can't really tell. That, I'll guess, cable there is the green one, which goes to jumper 2. Or does it? And why is it that one there and no black one? This is the same board as what I've got. Exactly the same board. And is this it? Is this all we've done with? Is that 2 meg of memory? With that controller? I don't know. So jumper 2, Gary. Jumper 3, optional, C manual. Open for A500. This is what I'm reading on the board on here. And then short, I mean, put the jumper on it for an A500 plus. So that needs to be open for me anyway. So do I need to go to jumper 2? I don't know. I'm going to look into this and see what I can find. So far it looks like it's gone in pretty well. I've not killed the Gary chip. Would have been happier putting memory on here, but hey, not to be. This should be easier. This is probably it. This is probably fine. And I have done that right. That's brown. 1 to 8. Okay, just double checking my own work. Now I'm reading instructions. I'm not entirely sure if mine needs this, but it states requirements of putting this jumper on to get the full 2 meg out of this. Amiga 500, revision 5 or 6A, this is. Kickstarter 3.0 later, this has 3.0 on it. I'm not entirely sure if that's stock or if it's an updated 3.0 or 1.3, sorry. 1 meg ECS Angus already fitted. Now I have a fat Angus. I don't know. I'm still learning. And a bit bop bip 2 meg upgrade. That so if I haven't got the 1 meg ECS Angus already fitted, then this could be a waste of time. But what it is there's a jumper underneath here. The left hand pin, which is showing pin 1, the cable goes to jumper 2. Now there is, it wants to be soldered to the center one of jumper 2 right there, but it also needs focus. It's gone to macro. It also needs the center, because it's connected between pin 2 and pin 3. It wants that cut in. So while I can't see what I'm doing, worst case on this, I can quite easily mess things up. I can solder this back over, is the worst case on this. So I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I'm going to check with the multimeter, see if it actually does still connect. So I've got continuity. I'm showing a continuity, that is something there. So between jumper 2 there, oh, there's a little bit of continuity. So I haven't cut through enough. I mean, it's nice to do all these all in one. Kits. I'm still showing a little bit of continuity there. Not entirely certain that's cut through enough. Can I zoom in any more? Oh, just focus. That's as close as I can get. It looks like it's disconnected. It might just be connected somewhere else on the board. I can't see anything. I don't want to cut this trace over here. So I'm actually using the camera at present to see what I'm doing. Still showing more continuity. No. There is a resistance, but it's not as much as that, so I think it might be connected to someone else on the board. So let me get on with a bit of soldering to put this wire on to the centre of there. Now, that cable's on. I'm relatively happy with it. Trace was cut for the jumper. So let's see. We need to start testing this now. With the jumper cable, obviously it's for the 500. I'm leaving that one to the time being. There's a lot of cable on here, but I'm not too fussed about that, because if you need to take out this and then plug in and slot in, then fine, you need more cable. Oh, so what I need to do now is set back up again. So I'm gonna get all the everything out. Yeah, I'm gonna get this thing plugged in, see if the memory works. So give me a sec, it's going to take a few minutes. I'll tidy up a little bit as well while I'm at it.